Some 12,000 years ago, a cataclysmic event changed the face of our planet and wiped away more than half of the Earth mammal species. Now, the fog of thousands of years covers the secrets of prehistoric times, and the marks of early human civilization are rare. Science should face the challenge to eliminate mankind's heritage by searching for footprints of the earliest modern men.
Hans's lifelong interest in anthropology and mythology has led him to the realization that history as we know it is only the sum of what we know so far, and that there is probably a lot more to discover. This has given him the knowledge to find new ways to answer old questions about the development of civilizations. His conclusions have been confirmed in the recent finding of the Sunken City in the Bay of Cambay in India. As director of the Sunken Shelf Archaeology Project, and as a merchant navy captain with many years in seismic survey, he combines the roles that are necessary to conduct an expedition in marine archaeology. From now on, Southern Sun is the research platform and home of the survey team. The vessel has been fitted out to do side scan sonar in shallow waters. The expedition in the Java Sea poses many challenges, but Hans feels it is now time to back up his theories with facts, and the difficult field work will now commence.
What are your research objectives?
Our objective is to prove that the ancient Indian and Chinese civilizations were preceded by a prehistoric Sunken Shelf civilization, which was destroyed by the Great Melt, that is the rapid rise in sea levels at the end of the Ice Age. To prove that the Austronesian people did not originate in Taiwan, that the migration patterns were not from China and Taiwan to Indonesia, but in the opposite direction and occurred much earlier. Also to prove that farming and animal husbandry has been around for a lot longer than is currently accepted, and that the Sunken Shelf contained the first civilization on Earth.
Have there been any other prehistoric underwater cities found that you know of?
Yes, the ruins of a city was found in the Bay of Cambay 4 years ago on the west coast of India, north of Bombay. This 9,500-year-old city was found in 40 meters of water, 30 kilometers offshore, by accident by the NIOD Institute of India during a routine pollution survey. Artifacts from this site were carbon dated at 3 different scientific institutions, and the date indicates that this city is 5,000 years older than Mesopotamia. I predicted that a sunken prehistoric civilization older than Mesopotamia existed in India, and the discovery of this city has encouraged us to go ahead with our own survey.
Why do you believe you will find something on the Sunken Shelf?
The Sunken Shelf, or Java Sea, is only 60 meters deep and therefore was dry land during the last ice age, which ended 12,000 years ago. Sea levels were 150 meters lower than they are today, and Indonesia was not an archipelago but a subcontinent attached to mainland Asia. Due to the climatic conditions during the Ice Age, the Sunken Shelf represented the best location on Earth for a civilization to take root. The Ice Age would have forced the peoples of Asia to migrate south onto the Sunken Shelf, and this would have caused a concentration of population, which is the prerequisite for civilization. So if we find something, we can assume that it is at least 12,000 years old, which would make it the oldest civilization on Earth.
How will you conduct this research?
We will be working in collaboration with our counterpart, the Indonesian Survey and Mapping Agency, Bakasultanul. The first job will be to accurately map out the prehistoric rivers that flowed on the Sunda Shelf during the Ice Age. The second phase of the operation is to side-scan sonar those riverbanks, looking for unnatural formations such as a mound or geometric formations, which would indicate human activity. If a site is located, we will use a bottom profiler to penetrate the silt, looking for buildings or foundations. Then, using a remote control submarine, we will film the location in case any structures are visible above the sea floor. We will also endeavour to pick up with the remote arm of the ROV an artefact capable of being carbon dated.
The Sunda Shelf is a very large area, huge in fact. Will it not be like trying to find a needle in a haystack?
It is a very large area and we don't have the resources to survey all of it. It would simply take too long. That's why we're focusing on the paleo channels, because we are assuming that human settlement or civilizations are more likely to be found on the banks of a river or river mouth. Take the ancient Egyptian civilization and its relationship to the Nile River as an example.
How long do you think this expedition will take?
We anticipate it will take around 2 years, but this is only for the survey. If we find something, then there will be excavations. That could take considerably longer.
So, what scientific conclusions will be drawn if you are successful?
If we find something, we will know that it is at least 12,000 years old, therefore the oldest civilization known, and this may help to answer some of the fundamental questions facing science about the origins of civilization and of Homo sapien, or modern man.
The bow of the Southern Sun is now heading into the Java Sea to commence the expedition to look for and perhaps uncover the oldest civilization on Earth.
Hey,